Hey everyone, it's Nathan here, and I'm live in London. So just thought I'd give you a little look. 2 seconds there. So I've decided to have a little venture out to Trafalgar Square. I've been in London for the weekend. I've been meeting up with some fellow coaches from the Ultimate Coach Programme. A lot of you are here on this page as well, so if you're all watching, hello. It's been really nice to meet you all. Yeah, so I'm just having a little sit down at the minute, and I felt really compelled to do a Facebook Live, just to kind of share my story a bit. So I'm here in London by myself, and I've been to meet the Ultimate Coaches that I've been working with over the past 6 months, and I've met some really amazing people. Really got some really amazing stories to share, and it's been really good to get together and to meet David Key also, our mentor, our coach and mentor. Mind blank. It was really hard pressing the live button. As I said, I felt really compelled to do a Facebook Live, but it's just getting to press that go live button. You kind of think, oh, what do I say? It's probably the hardest part of doing a Facebook Live that I found. I haven't done many, to be honest, but the plan is I do want to do one every week. So I do want to help reach out to people. So it was about 6 months ago, and now I decided I want to get into coaching, and I really want to help people overcome the fears and anxieties, and I want to help them see where the human experience really comes from, and I wanted to see that we all live in a thought-created reality. It's inside out rather than outside in. And I'm going to share a bit of my story now, actually, while I'm on. So for a long time I was never really open about it, but I believe I had social anxiety. I was really shy, really nervous, wasn't very confident at all, really. Even at school, I wasn't the most confident person in the world. I'd always have to kind of be with someone, be with my friends, to feel confident, to go out and to do things. And yeah, so I mean, leaving school, I've always wanted to get into IT, which eventually I did, but I'll get to that later. But I left school, I signed up for an IT course at college, but to me, I mean, I was absolutely dreading it, because I would be going into the unknown. I wouldn't know anyone. It'd be brand new surroundings. I was used to getting lifts everywhere off my mum, to be honest. I was really dependent. I would never get on any buses by myself. I would never get trained by myself. I wouldn't have at the age of 16, I wouldn't have had a clue how to get on a bus by myself and how to work out where to go, and you know, it was a real struggle. So I actually decided to quit the course, and I joined a course with my friend, my best friend, and it was plumbing, and I didn't even like plumbing. It was just so I was with someone that I knew and I felt comfortable, and yeah. so eventually I did get into IT, and I started working in schools as an IT technician, and I mean, I still do it now full time, and even then it was really daunting. I had to, the very thought of going into classrooms by myself where kind of all eyes were on me and all the kids would look at us, and I just felt really self-conscious, and I was just like, the thoughts that were going around in my head, I had this really revved up thinking, and like all my thoughts were flying around my head at about 100 miles an hour. Oh, just chatting them. Hey Don, how's it going, mate? Oh, hi Lisa. Oh, thanks very much. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. It was really nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll meet up again in September. That would be really nice. I'd really enjoy that. And catch up again. So yeah, so as I was saying, I really struggled with confidence, and I went through a bad bout of depression 2 years ago, and it just really knocked us. At one point I thought my friends didn't even like us. I was that paranoid, I was that self-conscious, and I just had no self-esteem. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, who happens to be the mother of my son. So I ended up with a broken family. I thought my friends didn't like us. And I was just at rock bottom, to be honest. I didn't even want to leave the house. I took myself off Facebook. And yeah, so then a family friend actually introduced us to a book by Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life. And it was this book it was kind of foot in the door to what I'm doing now, is where my coaching's concerned. And yeah, it kind of introduced me to the nature of thought and how everything that we experience in our life in the present moment is all down to the thoughts that we have. It's nothing outside of ourselves that determine how we feel or how we experience things. It's all in here. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. I mean, maybe a few of you listening now, and you're listening with your intellectual mind, and that's fine, because that's kind of what you just use and that's what you expect. But if you can kind of listen to what I'm saying beyond the words, you can have an insight like what I did. And then just reading the book, I got the message that Louise was trying to say, and something just clicked inside of us, and my eyes were just opened, and I just had this really good feeling. And then it was from that point my life started to get a lot better, and I realised that it was just the thoughts that I was having about the outside world that was actually affecting the outside world, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So anyway, that was about 2 years ago now, and I've always been looking to develop myself more and more ever since. And then I looked into, I was curious as to how you actually become a coach. I didn't know if there was any proper qualifications that you had to have. So I did a bit of digging around on Google and the internet, and I came across an NLP course from Auspicium, which is headed up by David Key, who's now my mentor. And I thought, wow, I really like the sound of that. And I was quite amazed at the price, to be honest. I thought it was just too good to pass up. So I give it a go, and I was so intrigued by it. I was so bang into it. My spare time after work, I literally blitzed through the videos. And at the end of the course, I got a certificate. I thought, wow, I could really do something with this. And then it just so happened I received an email from David himself, David Key, and he said that he was putting together an ultimate coaching program. And I thought, wow, I'm going to be mentored by David Key, one of the best coaches out there. And I had a really good feeling about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to jump in. I feel like, I really like IT, and it's something I'm good at, it's something I'm enjoy, but there's just something about this where I know that I've suffered in the past. I've suffered with social anxiety, and I've overcome it. And I know there's a lot more people out there who are suffering the same, and they don't realise where their experience is really coming from. And it's totally innocent. It's innocent, and it was innocent for me too. You just get caught up in these thoughts, but we're not really. In the likes of school, you're not educated. It's a different psychology. It's all based on Sigmund Freud's theories, and it's all about going back into your past. But as soon as you go back into your past, you're kind of reliving it, and you're having the thoughts about your past again. And as soon as you have those thoughts, it generates the feelings again, and you're just stuck in this loop, and you'll never be able to get over it as long as you keep going into your past. And a little secret as well, which I'm going to let you into: the past doesn't exist. It really doesn't exist. The only thing that we have is the present moment. It's what we have right now. So the only way you can relive the past is if you think about it. It's a memory carried through time, essentially, via thought. And the only way you can really go back into your past is if you think about it in the present moment, if that makes sense. Same with the future. We're trying to plan for the future. We're trying to plan ahead. And how many times have you tried to make a plan about the future? Say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and there's always something that crops up, or something gets in the way, or it just never goes to plan. Exactly. And so it's the same with the future. You kind of, that doesn't exist either. It's just the present moment, and again, it's just thought about what you're trying to create, what you're trying to manifest, so to speak. I felt really, I'm just busy walking around London now. My plan, we'll go about plan. So my plan was because I've been staying in Paddington, so I was going to go to Paddington. From Paddington, I was going to get the underground to Westminster, but sure enough, the whole line that I need to be on is closed. So in the past, I would have really panicked. I mean, I would have got a lot of revved up thinking, going, "Oh no, what am I going to do?" But now I was just calm, like, "All right, okay, it's one of those things. I'll just I'll go elsewhere." So I bought myself a day ticket for the whole underground, and I'm just going to have a little venture around by myself. And in the past, I would have never had the confidence to walk about by myself. I would have been panicking, I would have been overthinking everything, and now it's fine. I was so scared of the outside world, and I was so scared of the unknown, and it wasn't the unknown that I was scared of, it was the thoughts I was having about the unknown, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just sat in Trafalgar Square right now, and I've managed to get here all by myself, and I'm not dead. So I've done really well, and I just want to stop and take a moment for myself, and I've really achieved something this weekend, and I think everyone should always take that moment to be grateful for what they've done. And I know a lot of people go through life and they really beat themselves up about what's happened, and they get so caught up in the past. And a lot of people, they go on for years and years, and they say, "Oh, I can't be happy right now because of something 10 years ago." Like, I'd say if you're an actor trying to get a role in a play or a film and you didn't get the part, it's like, "Oh, I must be a really shit actor because I didn't get the part in that film." And that might not be the case. You don't know the reason why you didn't get maybe you weren't meant to have that part. Maybe it's not to say that you're a shit actor, it's just that wasn't the part for you. It's like you wouldn't have Jim Carrey, he's a fucking fantastic actor. He's funny as fuck, to be honest. But you wouldn't have him as James Bond. It's not to say if he went for James Bond and he didn't get the part, that he's shit. You know, it's like I've seen a metaphor in the past about don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. So what that means is there's loads of different animals out there, but if you're judging by one ability, then it's going to get them down. But it's not the case at all. So yeah, I really want to do this Facebook Live with no agenda. The worst part about it was just pressing that go live button. So I was having a lot of thinking about what I'm actually going to say. But then I realised that I kind of brought myself back to the present moment. And I don't know how long I've been on now. It's probably been about 10 minutes. And I've just let mind kind of take over, and I just kind of know what to say. And that's the power of mind, the universal mind. So I've actually forgot what I was going to say because I'm trying to think of what to say. So this is on my coaching page, and I go live with the business on next Friday, Friday the 30th, which I'm officially going to launch. And my aim is, not a plan, but I have an aim. I do want to share my grounding, and I want to share what I've learned, and I know there's a lot of people that can benefit from the knowledge that I've gained in the last 6 months. And I always want to expand on that, and I know people are innocently suffering, and it's kind of not their fault, to be honest. It's just they get so caught up, and I just want to share my understanding of the three principles and the nature of thought, and if they can just get that small glimpse of what I'm trying to tell them, their whole lives can change, and they'll never see life the same way, and they'll drop those limiting beliefs, and they'll gain the confidence. And it's not so much gaining the confidence, it's realising the confidence that they already had. Because everyone's got innate well-being and innate confidence and innate health, and everyone is like just this perfect spirit, and the only thing that kind of contaminates that is thinking. It's just thinking about it. It like dilutes it. So yeah. So I hope this. So this was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect to be doing a Facebook Live, but it was just something I telling us I wanted to do it. So yeah. Right. I'm gonna keep going on my adventure. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get back to King's Cross with the line down, but I'm sure the Universal Mind's got me back. So for you who have been watching, so Lisa, Don, Amy, Jackie, thanks for watching, and it's been really nice meeting you all. It's been really good, and thank you for sharing this weekend with us, and hopefully I'll get to see you again. Alright, take care everyone, see ya.